So Vanguard might not be everyone's favourite Call of Duty, but Season 2 is still a lot of fun, and there's some incredibly strong weapons that you can play around with and pretty much have God mode on at the moment. The first one that I want to talk about is the Whitley. It is in the LMG family and you need the season pass to have access to it. There are quite a few builds for the Whitley. This is my one. It is for medium to long ranges. It has low recoil. And more importantly, it's designed to be stacked with piercing vision. So if you like wallbanging, this is definitely a build that I highly recommend. So with that all being said, these are the attachments that you're going to need. So we'll start off with the barrel. That is the 20-inch Ragdoll RE2. The reason you're going with this barrel is because it gives you maximum range and bullet velocity and also gives you the best trade-off on ADS times. The Whitley is a fantastic gun, but its greatest weakness is just the fact that its ADS time is so slow. The next absolutely necessary one is the 50 cal BMG 150 round boxes. And it pretty much speaks for itself because again it gives you velocity, it gives you range, it gives you a massive boost to your ammo capacity. It also gives you that extra damage and also gives you the extra bullet penetration. And this is the core component of this build and just any Whitley build that has been put in so far, because pre-patch, as you say, it was 2-shotting people. Now it is 3-shotting people, 2-shot if you hit them in the head. Of course, the downside is that it increases the ADS time and also reduces the recoil and accuracy. So everything else you do in the build is just there to counter this. And the first thing you're going to do to counter that is to go into the stocks and you're going to select the CGC R4. Gives you a massive boost to recoil control and accuracy, also flinch resistance, also gives you recoil recovery and also movement speed. Next you have the grips. So I go for a stippled grip, but you can also go for a taped grip. The reason I go for a stippled grip is because I like to pull down on the recoil once I start firing and control it. But if you just want constant firing and keeping it smooth and you're not worried about recoil, then you can go for the tape grip and you'll just get an overall smoother experience. So in proficiencies, I go for hard scope. It's because I like piercing vision. I find myself just pre-firing at walls a lot, just doing sustained fire. So this suits me. But if you are more of a run and gun kind of player, then you can go for Frenzy, which will give you that nice health regeneration. I don't think Sleight of Hand is worth it because you have such a huge ammo box. Even though it takes a little bit longer to refill than most, you just have so much ammo, you don't find yourself reloading very often at all. In the kit, it's fully loaded because this gun is all about just firing bullets all the time. In the ammo type, it is the bog standard lengthen to get that bullet velocity. And then in underbarrel, again, you got the M1941 hand stop. That's just to give you that recoil control and the accuracy. And then in the muzzle, now you've got a few choices here. You can go for a suppressor. I generally go for the recoil booster because the gun is actually quite slow to fire. It makes up for the fact that in barrels that you've not taken the CGC shrouded, which is used in some Whitley builds, which I will do another video on, which is more of a run and gun style. Now the last thing I want to talk about is this build and maps that it's suitable on. Now it's a bit of an exception this time around because the Whitley is just an S tier class gun at the moment. Especially when it comes to multiplayer, it's good on all maps. There are some that it excels even more on, and they are the following. So you've got Berlin, Bockage, Castle, Das Haus, Decoy, Desert Siege, Dome, Eagle's Nest, Hotel Royale, and finally also Paradise if you are facing in the direction of the bunkers. The reason I say these maps are better than the others is because they have a lot of distances that are over medium to long ranges. You don't have any particularly tight corners to fight against, so you won't get hip fired around a corner if you need to ADS in quickly. And you have a lot of situations where you just have people essentially running at you, and where you've got a gun that continually fires for 150 rounds, it puts you at a real advantage versus your opponents.